Yesterday, I watched Vidhu Vinod Chopra's 1989 film Parinda for the first time. 1989 is a long time ago, so that's almost, I believe, 35 years. And that's all I'm going to say about the year 1989 in this video. Parinda, having watched a 1989 movie in 2024, it felt quite fresh. Now, it is by no means a perfect movie, so at the very beginning, I'm going to highlight the things I did not like about the movie, and then we'll talk about the things I liked, because of course, it is one of the most universally acclaimed movies ever made in the Hindi film industry. So, things I did not like about the movie is the premise that is used at the very beginning of the movie, which propels Jackie Shroff's character on a path of crime and sort of a path of no return. And the propulsion comes from his brother, not his brother saying, "I'm very hungry, please get me something to eat," which would have been understandable. But his brother sort of egging him on, जाओ जाके दिखाओ कि तुम डरपोक नहीं हो, जाओ उसका बैग छीन के दिखाओ, जाओ दिखा दो उसको कि तुम उसका बैग छीन सकते हो. This may be forgiven if I were to believe that this child, the younger version of Anil Kapoor, is naive and doesn't understand how the world works. But in the very next scene, or in a scene later on in the movie, you see the same child singing a song saying that ताकत मत दिखाओ, सादगी दिखाओ, हम दुनिया जीतेंगे सादगी से, ताकत से नहीं. So a child who says that sadgi is going to, or simplicity is going to win the world for you, why would that same child get into this egging battle where he sort of forces his older brother to prove that he's not a coward by snatching a bag of a person? I mean, and maybe it was naivety as a child, but it's a small thing that does bother me in an otherwise perfect movie. The other thing that I don't understand, or sorry, I do understand, but I don't like about the movie is this movie could have been even tighter. It is definitely a very well edited and taut screenplay. It's a movie blessed with a very taut screenplay, but it could have been tighter even. It could have been a story of maybe 2 days or 3 days or a week, which I felt got stretched into a months long saga, possibly because it had to cater to the ego of its biggest star, whose name rhymes with Anil Kapoor, of course. Because the character played by Anil Kapoor could have been shown in a very simple way as somebody who has arrived as an outsider into the world, right in the middle of the world of the Mumbai uh, gangsters or the Mumbai criminals, and he is out of his depth. And he could have been sacrificed in the movie, in the interest of the movie, and then that could have propelled his older brother to seek retribution, and that would have been a fine movie. But this movie had to show the transformation of Anil Kapoor, almost similar to the transformation of Al Pacino in The Godfather, which is still okay, still forgivable. There's some iconic scenes featuring Anil Kapoor, but after you've finished killing someone, then you to break into a song and dance number. I understand it is important to satisfy the sensibilities of the Indian audience, but as a legendary filmmaker once said, you should not make the excuse of this is what the audience wants and compromise on the quality of your movie. So, an otherwise perfect movie does suffer because of these song and dance numbers, which I felt were not really necessary. Now, coming to the positives of the movie, the editing is spectacular, and everything that you expect in the movie to logically happen does happen, which is phenomenal. When there's a scene early on in the movie where the people meet, the Jackie Shroff and Anil Kapoor meet in the middle of the road. As an audience, as an audience member watching the scene, you would wonder why aren't the other people worried about them meeting in the middle of the road and causing a traffic snarl? And sure enough, that traffic snarl is addressed and shown in a beautiful fashion. When you see that a particular gangster has achieved his goal, you also can understand what his motivations are. So you don't see a gangster being naive. When he sees that all of his trusted lieutenants are getting eliminated, and finds out that the last two people in his gang are likely to be the people who are responsible for all the bad things that have been happening to him, he double checks whether both of the two remaining lieutenants in his gang are involved in the plot to kill him. When he finds out that only one of them is involved, he chooses to spare the other one, tries to convince him, while taking all the precautions necessary to ensure that he can eliminate him if the need arises. And even when he allows him inside his lair, he first explains in a polite way so that he can have at least one trusted lieutenant in his gang. And when he sees that his explanation is not making sense, he threatens to kill him and seems to be completely in control. But his one weakness that has been reinforced into the minds of the audience in a very intelligent manner by repeating it 3 or 4 times, that one weakness, which he himself is not that aware of, gets exploited and results in and is the veritable Achilles heel, which leads to his downfall at the end of the movie. Which again, the climax is very logically planned, and it is brave in the manner in which that it decides to kill off perhaps its most bankable superstar. And I would have liked it a little bit more if its superstar was killed a little bit earlier in the movie and without as much bravado as was shown in the movie. But I can understand why those things were required. If I have to talk about the acting skills, I believe that, of course, as everyone has said previously, everyone who has seen the movie, the best acting performance was, of course, by Nana Patekar, but Jackie Shroff was also fantastic in the movie. But Nana Patekar really steals the show. Every scene that he is in, he steals the scene. It's just sad that he does not get more screen time. And the one problem I have with his character, but again, I understand why this problem was not addressed. I would have wanted to see the scene where he kills his wife and child. I suppose it would have been too gory, so it was edited out. But what led him to kill his wife and child? That is not addressed in an explicit fashion. It is just alluded to multiple times to build the character and the fear factor around this particular villain. But why he did that, that's not addressed. And the motivations of each character are very easy to understand. You have a good guy who is not able to find solace within the system, within the legal system, chooses to take up the extra legal means by the help of the criminal foe of one criminal, and the criminal foe also has his own interests. He wants his criminal foe to be eliminated in a manner in which he does not get involved in or at no personal risk to himself. So the movie is quite intelligently made, but it's slightly long in my opinion. Otherwise, Nana Patekar has been fantastic. Jackie Shroff has been fantastic. Anil Kapoor could have done a better job if his role would have been slightly less two-dimensional, because you see, but one of the most memorable scenes does feature Anil Kapoor, where he kills a person for the first time, and I feel a very good gangster would have understood that he is about to be shot, but that is not the case. So he is very interesting dialogue in the movie where Anil Kapoor asks his teammate who he is about to kill that this gun is not working, and the teammate says, "Oh, but you don't know that you have to undo the safety of the gun first," which should have immediately rung a bell in his mind that how does he know the safety is not working? Did he try to fire it? I was the only one next to him. So maybe that could have occurred to this person that maybe he was trying to shoot at me. There was nobody else here. And in so doing, he understood that the gun was not working. He should have been able to figure it out immediately. Perhaps it shows the lack of intelligence in the lower echelons of the power in the gangster circle. But Nana Patekar, being the top goon in the movie, immediately picks up the hint when it suggested, not mentioned explicitly, that Anil Kapoor was the person who is trying to kill him. overall, I would recommend Parinda to everyone. And I've tried not to spoil the movie, but it is a 35-year-old movie. Maybe you've seen it. Maybe I'm the last person to see it for the first time. But if you haven't seen Parinda, do check it out. It is probably the best Nana Patekar movie that you'll ever see. Although there are so many great Nana Patekar movies that you can just go on and on about it. But this is one performance which was just remarkable. It's not about the length of his screen time; it's just the sheer acting masterclass that he brings to the screen for as long as he's there on it. Do check out Parinda. It is available on YouTube for buying and renting. Take care, bye bye, and as always, please don't forget to be awesome.